Championship Sunday. Will Howells and Patrick Kafka taking on Manthou and Lange.
This is their second tournament as a team. Took a bronze back in Miami. Kill it.
And he did. Good on cue. Lange with the finish. Pointing that ball every which way. Game point opportunity here for Lange and Manthou. And they get it done. Erick Lange and Max Manthou, they were the ones who controlled it here in game number 1.
Oh, everybody up. Point for Lange and Manthou.
They can win their first APP Tour gold medal.
It's over. It's over.
Good reset from Howells. Just can't give it over the net.
11-9. Manthou.
Their first gold medal for the men's doubles. Newport Beach has been a favorable place for Erick Lange and Max Manthou, the boys in purple. There's Erick Lange right there, the part of the Pacific Northwest contingent from West Lynn, Oregon. Of course, Max Manthou, his partner, those two trained together. They've played together. It's been a good week for Manthou as well. He and partner Christine Maddox advancing into Championship Sunday in mixed doubles. They won a gold medal here in October. It was Lange and Manthou that took the gold in men's doubles in July in Newport Beach a year ago.
And I was having a conversation with Simone at dinner last night, and you're part of it, and I always talk with her as far as how's the ball playing, what are the conditions like. Here, even though the sun's out, it's still cooler temperatures. We're at 72, so the ball is staying relatively firm. So Manthou creates that chaos. He's fast paced. He did it in mix. He'll do it here in men's as well. It's kind of favorable conditions for him with that, because he's able to really create some power, create some shape, some spin, and really play that style that he wants as far as being very active in the middle. Lange, really, really good on the backhand counter, can hit some speed ups as well.
Of course, they are a pairing that has had a lot of success on tour. It was really the Newport Beach tournament last year that kind of catapulted them to the next level. We've seen them in multiple championship Sundays this year, ultimately falling to Will Howells and Jack Monroe, because who hasn't this year in men's doubles, unfortunately. But we're seeing some new pairings, as we are with Randy Blanco and Ammar Wazir. We've seen Wazir more on the single side today, playing men's doubles alongside Blanco. What should we expect from the two of them?
Yeah, Wazir is starting to transition more into doubles, working on that double side. Like you said, came through qualifiers in January at the Fort, ended up making it through to the semifinals in men's singles. He's also part of our APP Next program. Got a chance to watch him in St. Louis last week. Just watch for him and his continued growth. Still a young guy.
Already the backhand speed of Erick Lange. And of course, you don't sleep on Wazir and Blanco when you look at who they've beaten so far in the tournament. They took down Bruno Folletto and Mario Barrientos in their opening round match. That one did go to 3 games, but a foot fault there. They went in straights over Chris Hayworth and Brandon Lane, 5-5.
Yeah, and Randy Blanco is kind of that sleeper. He's made some deep runs with Bobby Oshiro, picked up a medal in Dallas last year. Watch for his hands. He has the ability to speed the ball up. The difficulty is the spot that he speeds it up to.
I mean, do you think they have enough weapons to potentially pull the upset?
I think right now, and we're seeing how closely and tightly stacked these draws are becoming. Anybody, if they're on for that day,
especially this week, right?
Yeah. Anybody, if they're on for that day, it's wide open.
Another backhand into the net is a quick 3-0 lead for the 2 seeds. And it hasn't been that the top 2 seeds in the draw have been falling early in the tournament. They have made their way to the semifinals, but that is when the trouble has started for the top seeds. Good shovel.
Ooh-yah.
That time Manthou can't make the pickup. Second serve on the way.
And even I was talking with Ryla DeHart this morning. You know, if you're kind of that 7 through 12 seeding, you're coming up against a qualifier in the first round, and it's a struggle just getting through the first round most of the time.
Manthou thought that point was over. It's a great step over, but better hands from Wazir to force the side out.
That's a
right
good
back
step
through
back.
the middle for the point.
Yeah, excellent step back and just a nice roll, nice controlled roll there from Wazir. Takes it cross body. Manthou's in just a little heavier on the backhand.
Elevated ball made for the easy attack for Blanco. 2-3.
Well, Lange trying to speed one up of his own right there, and that's where I think both sides really need to pick their spots for that speed up. You know, majority, I think all 4 of these guys on the court, you know, if you're trying to speed up into their body, it's not the right spot. If you can get something a little bit more extended where they're not getting as much paddle on it, that's the way to go. And that's not, you know, you've got players where you can get them in the body and you don't want to give them anything extended. I think all 4 of these guys are just really good.
Second one's not coming back, but a pair of missed returns have pushed Wazir and Blanco ahead 4-3.
Well, and we always talk about like the free points, and we're seeing quite a few here this week with the missed returns.
Oh, good spot. What a counter.
That's a good job there from Wazir. You know, use the first one as the initiation, and a lot of times we talk about, you know, if you are going to speed up, it has to be a 1-2. You can't expect to win the point just on that speed up.
Hands too quick there from Manthou side out, but not before a 5-point run for Wazir and Blanco.
3-5-1.
That's a good drive there from Lange. Catching Blanco as he's uncoiling from the stack. Takes that forehand down the line. Blanco gets there, but he's still moving, fully extended. Tries to counter on that fourth.
4-5-1.
Ooh, big man coming across.
It was a nice pickup for Blanco between the legs. Unfortunately, out of bounds. 5 apiece.
5-5-1.
That time, Manthou was ready for it.
So that time, Wazir getting it a little bit tighter into the body. Tries to go right shoulder of Manthou, but watch how you see how quickly he moves that body out of the way, gives himself a little bit of clearance so he can get on top of it.
6-5-1.
Not able to make the pickup. Second serve.
6-5-2.
Oh, changeup caught him looking.
Well, Blanco thought that Wazir was stepping over. A little bit of movement there from Wazir created the hesitation from Blanco.
And the end result is a 2-point lead for Lange and Manthou, 7-5-2. You hear from our position, Blanco telling Wazir to believe. Good spot there right in the middle.
Just enough there from Lange to get on top of it as Blanco counted. It came out flat right into the net. You know, you're watching these guys, and it's a drive, then it's a reset, then it's a drive, trying to figure out and gain some footing here.
Manthou able to catch Wazir coming forward, so a quick side out. Lange and Manthou won their opening match in the round of 16, 2-2 over Jaden Broderick and Len Yang.
Yeah, Broderick and Yang looked good in that first round. I was out there watching that one, and then, you know, Manthou and Lange just surgical in that first round. Really didn't give Broderick and Yang any chance to score some points. Ooh, just
wide. Another point. Of course, Yang coming off of his first ever championship Sunday appearance in New York City. That was an entertaining match against Jack Monroe and Aiden Schenk.
Oh, that's flick.
Great.
Oh, Wazir just got on top of it too much.
It was a smart crash by Manthou to follow that up. And timeout taken on court as Lange and Manthou have worked themselves a 4-point lead here in the later stages of this opening game. The APP Tour Store is now open online. Visit the appstore.global to get all your APP gear today.
Final matchup of the Zimmer Biomet, APP Newport Beach Open, Wazir and Blanco.
Solid start to this men's doubles quarterfinal for the two seeds Erick Lange and Max Manthou. What have you liked about the way that they've started here against Wazir and Blanco?
Well, I mean, it's right now it's been a game of runs. You know, Lange and Manthou went up 3-0. Then it's a 5-point run from Wazir and Blanco. Now we're back at a 6-point run from Lange and Manthou. I like that Lange and Manthou are playing somewhat aggressive, because that's when they play their best. You know, Manthou creating some chaos on the court. He's driving a lot of balls, putting a lot of pressure on with his movement. Lange is taking some chances as well, and right now they're coming out on top of those hands battles, being the first team to get on top of it. You know, do I think Wazir and Blanco need to take a few more chances? Yes, because what we have seen and what we will continue to see is when you're playing against that aggressive team, you have to take the chances. You can't allow them to really be the aggressors first. Right there.
Right into the rib cage. Goodness.
That came off like a bullet.
Jeez.
Off of Blanco's paddle.
Man, that was on you quick.
5-9-1.
Oh. Referee error right there. Referee did not see the ball bounce, thought that she was calling a foot fault on Wazir. So we'll replay that point.
This remains 5-9-1.
Oh, goes in the favor of Wazir and Blanco, though.
Yeah, don't know how the other point would have eventually turned out. As it is, it's 6-9-1. Wazir able to put it away, then checks the feet to make sure he didn't cross the kitchen line.
Yeah, and that's what Wazir and Blanco need to do. They have to, try to insert some pace into it. Be the aggressors before Lange and Manthou can. Be the first to get on top of that ball.
So far, it's worked. There's only been one service side where either team has not scored. That one sails long. Does that indicate to you that it's been better offense or a lack of defense?
Honestly, it's leaning more toward the better offense and really kind of treating this as hitting the right spot. Both these teams, as we're seeing, they want to play with that faster pace. That ball potentially going out right there, but it's moving so quick, and Wazir's looking at countering, taking that ball up above his shoulders.
The side out. Manthou and Lange 2 points away from capturing the opening game. Oh, that was an out ball.
Was an out ball too.
Oh.
That's another out ball. Hey, I mean, you can't say that all four of these guys are dialed in and looking to attack, looking to account and to counter.
Long dink rallies aren't usually characteristic of Lange and Manthou's game. They're a little bit more grip and rip.
But they really didn't have any balls there to go on the aggressive. You're looking for that dead dink, or you're looking for that ball that you can step back and create some space. If the dinks are more aggressive and it's putting pressure on or tying into the body, that's a way to kind of subdue those aggressive teams as well.
Just got the line. Missed third. So after a game of runs, both teams now have traded service sides without scoring. Gets Manthou and Lange back on serve, leading 9-7-1 here in the opening game of our men's doubles quarterfinal against Ammar, Wazir, and Randy Blanco. See the frustration visible there from Lange.
Yeah, good spots there from Blanco as well. Keeping that down the line. Manthou was trying to move and insert himself in the middle. That keeps him out of play. Oh, he had
Lange stepping across. Wazir can't believe he missed it.
Yeah, and that's a spot where Wazir's trying to do too much. Lange left a wide open court there. Wazir's trying to take it cross court with a big backswing. Once that paddle is back behind the head, it's impossible to create that angle where he needed to go. Oh,
Manthou with a giant rip to capitalize on the first game point. They take it 11-7, the 2 seed in control here on Championship Court.
Over 10 years ago, Gearbox changed the game. No honeycomb, no soft spots, just pure, patented technology. Players felt it instantly. This was different. That legacy lives on in the new GX2. With our SST 2.0 carbon fiber rib core, it delivers explosive pop, locked-in control, and unreal feel. It's not just better, it's Gearbox. Visit gearboxsports.com to experience the paddle built different.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous Relaxed Fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
Looking for ways to keep active and mobile? Try Penetrex. Penetrex is different than other products with no greasiness, irritation, or unpleasant odors. Made with unique ingredients, it's 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Penetrex, the #1 online rated joint and muscle cream.
It's been a great week in Newport Beach so far. A great crowd filling in here on championship quarters. We are just getting started in our men's and women's doubles draw. The quarterfinal here between the 2-seed Erick Lange and Max Manthou and Ammar Wazir and Randy Blanco. This one, a tight affair the majority of the way through. It was just Lange and Manthou stringing together the last few points at the end that pushed them over the finish line.
Yeah, it kind of got stalled. Both teams got stalled there at 9-7 for a little while. Wazir and Blanco missed some opportunities on their serve.
Oh, Manthou somehow able to scorp-ish on top of that.
Well, Wazir's hit that same spot a couple of times now. If he's going to speed up off of that step back, which I think he has a good speed up, I think he needs to take one down the line, get Manthou kind of sitting a little bit more neutral, then he can go back middle. But he's hit the same spot a couple of times. Manthou sitting hard on it.
Wazir hits the tape there, and it's a 2-0 lead for Lange and Manthou. They medaled in the first 3 tournaments of the 2025 season. All of those were silver, but they have not medaled since March in Sacramento. Feels like it hasn't been that long. Side out there.
Well, and Lange did have the foot injury in Daytona. It was still hampering him in Sacramento. I think the fort in April is kind of when the struggles started for the higher seeds and when things just became hectic and chaos. So,
and that's how we've arrived here. Right, literally into the left hip.
But this time, yes, it's not the forehand, but the speed up from Wazir is down the line, goes at that left hip of Manthou as he's turned, sitting forehand.
Can't elevate that ball there to Blanco.
No, especially when it's kind of a mid-pace speed up right there. I don't know if there was some hesitation by Lange on that speed up, but didn't have much behind it.
What a pull there from Blanco.
Well, that is excellent ball movement there from Wazir and Blanco. Blanco was going out wide, forcing Manthou to hit that backhand. You're not going to see many, if any, speed-ups from Manthou on that backhand. Then he was going down the line. It was that push-pull. It created the dead dink off of the Lange bump right there, and it gave him the opportunity to speed up.
Ooh. Good pickup. That time Blanco couldn't make the pickup. I couldn't say the sentence, so it's okay.
Yeah, that ball just got a little bit behind Blanco right there. It was a more aggressive cut dink there from Manthou.
I thought Manthou did a really nice job keeping himself and laying in the point where that one ball scooted
the ball
further.
In the middle right there.
Another point for Lange and Manthou. We have seen this court play very gritty. The ball changes, bounces from point to point. As Wazir trying to get to the line in time was not. And it's a 4-3 lead. Oh, goodness.
Just when you think Lange and Manthou have the upper hand, it was a good drive and crash there from Manthou and Lange, but then Wazir elevates the speed up, going at the chin of Lange.
A big drive allows Lange to crash another point. 5-3 and a timeout on court.
Yeah, it's a good drive there from Manthou as well, catching Wazir on the uncoil.
Let's take a look at the rest of the men's doubles bracket. The quarterfinal, the lone quarterfinal in action, we should say. There's one spot left for grabs in the semifinals. And so far, it seems to be a straightforward affair. The top three seeds have advanced, but the semifinals, again, have been where things have gotten tricky for the top seeds.
Yeah, we have the chance for all four seeds to make it through to the semis, which will be the first time this week. Livanese and Tomasi making their way through after a tight one in their first match, 12-10, 12-10. Like I said, Howells and Monroe looking good out there today. Looking for a little redemption after yesterday in mixed doubles.
Manthou, 3 APP medals won this year. He will add to that total regardless with Championship Sunday in mixed alongside Christine Maddox. Would love to add 2.
My goodness, Max.
How about the reset, though?
Perfect reset from Wazir right there. Manthou came out
that was full
firing
send
on all cylinders. Woo. Excellent job of countering from Wazir and then got the reset. Yeah, Max.
Yep.
Oh, just wide. Just wobbled on his paddle a little bit. Lange really trying to go for the counter there, but with the pace from Wazir.
I can't rule on this line. You guys. Second serve.
Oh, so initially
Okay, I guess it was in.
called out, overturned, so it's second serve.
Well, that was where the players overturned it. You know, Lange talking to Wazir and Blanco saying, yeah, that ball
Blanco not even bothering to look back as Wazir gives the paddle tap on the roll. It's a good pull there from Wazir, second serve. Very similar to how game number 1 worked itself out. Side out. So still a game of runs, just not coming at quite as quick of a pace.
Yeah, and you know, game 1 was kind of that feeling out process as well. I think both teams getting the sense now of where they can be aggressive, what balls they can speed up. Doesn't help with a missed return. I mean, a missed serve.
So far, the serve and return game has been fairly solid on both sides. Just a pair of missed returns by Lange and Manthou in the opening game. That time Wazir can't make the pickup, side out. Oh, great get. Oh, no.
Wazir
came out flat.
Yeah, Wazir didn't move his feet on that last ball. Did a good job on this one. You saw the weight going back on the heels.
Sadly, I recognize that volley position. Oh, no, and now Lange misses an easy one.
Well, Lange tried to slide that one cross court, and it just slid on the paddle too much. Was better off taking that one middle.
Oh, wow. How about the reaction there from Lange? Helps when you're 6'4".
Flick it and get it off me right here. Right inside the sideline.
4-point lead now for Lange and Manthou in game number 2 after they took the opening set 11-7.
Heads up.
Right into the left hip, then right into the VIP.
Ducking for cover.
Head on a swivel, folks. Pretty soon it's going to be like baseball, where you bring your glove or you sit with your paddle, try to bat it back.
Our cameramen this year have taken some hits, that's for sure. This one just slid between the referee and the cameraman. Oh,
no sliding past Manthou there. Ward on the shoulder.
Going for the jugular right there.
I feel like we've seen a lot of upper body bags in this tournament.
So, and that's, honestly, it's part of the sport, right? And it is a good spot. And Dom and I talk about it all the time as far as center mass. You know, you're going center of the chest. Obviously, it's not intentional to hit somebody kind of like, you know, up around the face or upper shoulder there, but center mass into the chest when it's elevated. One, in men's doubles, most guys sit with their paddles lower. It's just a tendency. Females sit with the paddle a little bit higher. So in men's doubles, you're going to see a lot of elevated balls because even if they do counter it, the next one's going to pop up. Good job there from Lange getting up on top of it, jumping his, you know, both feet off of the ground. It's patented Lange right there, just stabbing it back through. But yeah, you're going to see a lot more elevated balls kind of in men's doubles.
Oh, good step across. It was the right idea, could not execute. And a side out, of course, The other portion of that conversation is as the players get better and the technology advances, the harder it comes off the paddle, the harder it is to get out of the way or put another paddle on it.
Yeah, and being on that center mass, it's very difficult to get out of the way. Unless you can do a matrix move, which, you know, let's be honest, we're not in the matrix. So, you know, even if, you know, if it's,
I mean, technically it could be, you wouldn't know.
If it's at the hip, we can turn, right, and get smaller. But when it's center chest, even when you turn, you're still going to catch a glance of a shoulder or something.
There's only so skinny you can get, right?
Yeah. I can't get very skinny on the court.
I'm going to leave that alone.
Erick Lange, you know, big body right there. Yeah. He's not going to get skinny on the court.
Lange and Manthou not able to pull away. Still just a 2-point game here in game number 2.
Yeah.
Overhead put away. It was a good combination.
Yeah, and it's a good spot there on the speed up. Blanco is sitting backhand because that ball is right in front of him. It goes cross body, so he's late to the forehand, which creates the pop up.
Too much off the paddle of Wazir, and Lange starting to get a little bit more verbal now.
Yeah, and Lange and Manthou kind of stepped it up into another gear right here, being a lot more aggressive.
And decided to take an offensive timeout here as well, leading at 7-5. Trying to advance into the semifinal.
Max Manthou, Purple Jesus, trying to hang on here in game 2 and advance to a semi where they'll...
What do you think Lange and Manthou need to do to close out the second game?
I think just keep where they are right now. Like I said, they've kicked it into another gear. They're being more aggressive, taking some chances, but they're also hitting really good spots. Looking at going cross-body on Blanco and Wazir. I think Wazir and Blanco kind of, if they aren't just going to try and hold on, they need to look at being more aggressive and expecting the counter. But as we saw yesterday, Manthou with his speed ups, I mean, he's hitting this ball extremely hard right now, and he's doing it consistently. Even if you get out of the way, some of these balls are landing a foot inside the baseline.
It makes them a very formidable opponent. Wazir, Blanco trying to pull what would be the biggest upset in the men's draw thus far. They have some work to do, trailing by a game and 2 points here in our men's doubles quarterfinal on championship court at the Zimmer Biomet APP Newport Beach Open. Getting a little help there on the missed serve, and that is not what you want after you take an offensive timeout.
No, that's somewhat of a wasted offensive timeout there. Yeah, that caught Wazir by surprise there. You saw how late the reactions were.
Hey, 5-2.
Really good movement there from Lange and Manthou. Have worked another point now within 2 of taking it in straights.
9-5-2.
Oh, that's pretty.
That's the type of chaos that makes Max Manthou dangerous.
Well, yeah, and to defend against that one there, it's so much shape. He's taking it crossbody. Even was okay. So Blanco can't sit forehand there because Manthou can take that down the line. If Wazir covers, he's still potentially going to be late.
Blanco lets it sail long, so the first match point goes begging. Wazir and Blanco alive for the moment.
5-10-1.
Let's reset. Oh, Blanco staying in it.
And it's a good counter there from Blanco. Lange is a little bit ahead of that last one. You see the full extension. The body was going backwards. That created the pop-up.
Tried to shape the ATP, couldn't quite bring it in. Back-to-back points.
Yeah, going for the back corner right there, but it's a little bit flat. Didn't get the side of that ball to try and curl it in.
Tweener.
Oh, what a point.
Oh, my goodness. Second serve.
Good hands here from Manthou. You see him get on top of that last one.
All that for second serve.
Finds the feet of Wazir.
It will be match point number 2. As Lange and Manthou able to side out. We'll have 2 opportunities to get through this quarterfinal match in straights.
10-7-1.
Manthou couldn't get the backhand roll. Second serve, so a pair of match points saved. Still one left ahead.
10-7-2.
Still not able to close it out. Great defense by Blanco and Wazir.
Yeah, good job here from Wazir. Good initial speed up. Gets on top of the second one.
If you're Manthou and Lange, if you're able to get a stop, do you take another offensive timeout to try to close it out? You have one left.
They do. I mean, it all depends on if Wazir and Blanco score any points right here. I think if it's a quick side out, go back into it. You've got a quick reset. Go grab a towel or something. Regain a little bit of composure.
Well, it's second serve after the missed third. Right back through the middle. So a quick response from Lange and Manthou.
Yes, I mean, right now, Lange and Manthou, they're still not under pressure because Wazir and Blanco haven't really done anything, but
10-7-1.
Missed third from Lange. 4 match points by the wayside.
10-7-2.
Manthou finally ends it on the 5th match point. The 2 seeds are into the semifinals. They take it 11-7, 11-7. We will hear from them when we come back here on Championship Court.
This is why we drink. We drink for tonight, finally in town on the same weekend. Inside jokes, the great outdoors, karaoke till dawn, another cold one and a second slice. We drink for tomorrow, for the 7 a.m. 5K and the tailgate that follows, for the personal best that's about to be bested. Kick flips and polar dips, drop shots, cheap shots, shoot your shot. We drink for the moment, shaky hands, steady beat, a blank canvas, trying to be something. Drink for yourself. No alcohol, no hangover, no empty calories, not a moment wasted. Partake brews the liquid. You bring the courage. Today is for the taking, and we make it happen.
You're 0 for 15 against your daughter because of your toenail bruises and blisters. But she doesn't care because she's got the win. So what do? You get RTP socks with small grip pads inside and out. Your feet will be planted and pain-free. So the next time you can show her that her old man still got it. Nice shot.
And that would be a W for me.
Shouldn't have told you about those socks.
Yeah, that's what you get for holding out on me.
Double or nothing.
Huh?
Road to Pro, official sock of the APP Tour.
And Manthou starting us off with some fast-paced action here on men's doubles. And they're going to move through to the quarterfinals. All 4 of our top seeds making it through. And they're courtside with Dorian Kraft and our Franklin post-match interview.
Max, Eric, congratulations into the semifinals as a duo. I know you guys always love playing here at Newport Beach. It's a good place for you guys. You've had a lot of success here. With the upsets that have been happening across the draws throughout this tournament, how important is it for you guys to get through to the semis and especially do it in straight games?
Oh, really important. We've actually stumbled in the last few tournaments, so to come out and play really sharp, good energy from the beginning, it's been huge.
Back in game number 1, it was really a game of runs. You guys were kind of trading there. What allowed you to stay the course towards the end and close it out?
Yeah, you know, Ammar and Randy are good players. I think it's the first time they played together. Ammar is a up-and-coming next-gen player, I believe, so has a ton of potential, and Randy's just a veteran right next to him. So for us, it was just focusing and trying to bring a lot of energy, and we practiced together so much. So just relying on what we know and, you know, trying to feel good and stay confident throughout the match.
Well, you guys certainly looked every part of that. Congratulations. We'll see you coming up a little bit later in the semifinals. Don't go anywhere. We've got women's doubles quarterfinal action coming up next here on Championship Court.